Today I'm going to do a review on the Model S X-Ray Sierra Yankee 330 Emergency Multifunction Emergency Radio. I'm not going to do a review on the radio or to let you see all the super functions it has as much as I'm going to show you things that nobody else, and I have done a lot of looking on YouTube, but nobody else tells you of the importance of having this radio because of all the things it can do that apparently these people aren't paying any attention to, and it is really that important. The only reason why I say it is that important is because when I first bought it, what I bought it for was, I'm a camper, I'm a dry camper, and I was out at a lake and we had some severe wind, and I didn't know what was going on, and my phone wouldn't pick anything up. And we were literally, I'm not going to say stuck out there, we could have left, but we were back in the primitive days because we weren't ready. Well, with this radio, we are, because this radio is an AM/FM weather radio, and it has three more than just incredibly important functions on it that, like I said, nobody that I saw paid even close attention to, and it was much to my surprise. And just so you know, this isn't going to be a still motion video because this is the radio right here. Now this radio, if you take a look at the radio, you can see that it has AM, FM, and weather bands on it. But here in the corner of it, the things that's most important, you'll see the BATT. All you have to do is push one of the light buttons, this one right here, if you wish, and it will turn on those lights. Turn the lights off, those lights stay on. What those lights mean is the battery is either fully charged, 3/4, half, or a quarter battery left. Now, one of the reasons why I am a little bit picky about that one is because I performed a test that a lot of you would find absolutely phenomenal for what this unit can do. It is, above all, an emergency unit. They were complaining about the radio's tuner being too hard to turn. I don't find any issues with it at all. As far as volume,
15, gusting to 23. It's still water. It was cloudy.
It does
The
have
temperature was
good volume.
65. The dew point 6.
There's no worry about that one. On the back side of this one, you flip this open and you have two plugs. One of them is USB out, so you can charge a cell phone. I have a USB charger that charges up double and AAA batteries. It will charge a bank of AAA batteries in 3 hours. And before anybody questions about is it going to have any juice left after it charges those batteries, I have a surprise for you. This plug right here is so that you can charge this unit. I would recommend that you give it a complete charge and then unplug it. And literally, we'll leave it alone. The reason why I say to leave it alone is because it has a solar charger. Now, the thing is, this solar charger takes a little while to charge this unit because the battery in this thing is definitely beefy. So it's going to take a little bit to charge it. But it is well worth the wait. It's one of those where set it in the window and forget you even have it. And the day that you need it, it's going to be fully charged because this solar charger will keep that battery charged. A lot of people think it's an emergency, another way of getting it charged. No, it's a way to keep it charged. If you need the thing, simply set it on a desk near a window, or if you're out camping, put it on a picnic table. Just don't turn it on. It will keep it charged, so when you need it, it's there. Underneath this is a reading lamp. I'm not going to turn it on so that you guys don't have to worry about how bright it is. It is bright. And this button right here is the one that turns it on. I saw some complaints that when you put it down, it doesn't just turn itself off. Well, there's actually some forethought behind that. The reason why is because what you would end up having to do is installing a micro switch down in here that, depending on where you're at, it could either get rained on or dust on, and closing this thing often enough would cause that switch to break. Well, the way they avoid that is to put it underneath this weather-resistant cover so that it will definitely come on when you need it. Yes, I did turn it on inside because, like I said, this thing is incredibly bright. What you do is when you're laying in bed or wherever, you set this thing above your head, flip the light open, and turn it on, and it'll light up the area that you're reading from. Very definitely good. And yes, it does come with a compass. I'm not 100% sure about the accuracy of the compass, but it has a compass on it. Now, for the things that are the most important about this, that, like I said, everybody was skipping, was first off, it has an SOS button down here on the bottom. I'm only going to have it run for a couple of seconds just so that you can see what's going on. But if I set it right here, push and hold it, push it again, it turns it off. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but the beauty about this thing is it actually sends out an actual SOS signal on the light. You may have seen the reflection on this black box up here, but that's what it actually does. And what it does is it sends it out on this light right here. Now, the thing is, this is not a bulb. This is an LED. So if you have an emergency condition, this is really important. If you have an emergency condition, you turn on that SOS and take this and set it on something that points straight up. The audio of this thing can be heard for probably a mile. And if there's wind, even less. However, that light can be seen from the sky almost like a bat signal. And any planes flying over or anybody in the woods seeing the light in the sky will see an SOS signal. It is the true SOS signal. That is what's so beautiful about it, is the fact that you're not just flashing a light and people thinking, I don't know what's going on there, but I see a flashing light, and they have a tendency to ignore it. Here, they see an actual SOS signal coming from you. Now, somebody is going to say something like, and just how long is that going to last? Well, I can tell you right now, here's the next thing, the beauty about it. This light right here, the diameter of this light right here is the same diameter as a gallon of water. Now, some people are going to say, what do I care about it being the same diameter as a gallon of water? Well, the importance of that gallon of water is if you take this light and you turn it on to there are two lights on the front of this. There's three lights on the front of it. There's two positions. One will shine area like that. The other will shine spotlight like that. Like I said, I don't want to blind you by these lights. And the other will show both. The area light is these two lights right here. And what they will do is they will light up the area. This is the spotlight. You can point it onto something and be able to see it better. Now, the reason why this is so important, I would recommend that you have a gallon of water at your campsite, because, as I said a minute ago, the diameter of this light matches the diameter of the top of this gallon of water. What could be so important about that? If I take this light and I turn it on to that spotlight, and I take that spotlight and I put it in this, what it does is it turns that into a light. And that light will not only light up your entire site a whole lot better than just a spotlight or an area light, it glows. So if you take this, the third thing that I have to show you is directly related to that. I turned it on with the 4 battery lights on it to make sure that I was doing it correctly. I turned it on at 10 o'clock at night, and I turned off all the lights in the house to where it would be pitch black, and the lighting in the room was really nice. I could definitely see where I was going in that room at night from just that one light. The beauty about it is it was on from 10 o'clock at night all the way to 10 o'clock the next day. And I'm not saying that it died. I then took this power supply and hooked it to a USB charger that had batteries in it. And I had it charging those batteries. Those batteries charged up in 3 hours. So there's 13 hours right there. At 13 hours, I had dropped one LED of 4 from the battery. So when they say it has a 10,000 milliamp hour charge, my question isn't how big the charge is. My question is, how long will it last? Well, I can tell you right now from experience, this light will turn on a light for you, for your area, for probably 2 days. Just off this one box and just off of 1 gallon of water. That is impressive. So you not only have the emergency light coming off of a gallon of water, you have a true SOS light that shines in the sky, and you have at least 12 hours of battery capable of charging your cell phone more than just a couple of times. And the crank on the back side of it, that right there, I have been told, is flimsy. I'll agree, it's flimsy, but it's only because they're trying to make it to where everything fits together right. The thing is, right here, if you take a pair of needle nose pliers, you can squeeze these together and pull this handle out and put something else in. Like, you can take a coat hanger and put it in side to side and bend yourself a handle to last a lot longer. It's whatever you want to do. But 1 minute of cranking on it, and I tested it, 1 minute of cranking will give you 20 minutes of light. That's not often pulled off by something like this. If 1 minute will give you 20, and you do the math, 20 minutes of cranking will give you light for all day. And that's not something to play with. That's definitely power when you need it. Yeah, for 20 minutes your shoulder's going to kill you. But by the time you're finished, you can charge up everything on your site off of this guy. It'll take a little bit, but it'll do it. And like I said before, and I'm going to reiterate it because of how important it is, the solar charger on this is not to charge it. The solar charger on this is to sustain it. If it's charged up and this thing is sitting in a window, it will charge it from dead zero, because I did that. I let it charge for, I think it was 4 hours, and then I turned on the lights on it, and they all came on. They aren't very bright, but they did come on. So crank it for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, and you'll get what you need out of it. Once you crank it, you take it and you set it on a table, on a picnic table, in a window, whatever you want to do, and just let it sit there. Don't touch it, leave it alone. It'll charge itself up slowly. Either that, or after you've had it USB plugged in to charge it, and you get the 4 lights, and we'll just to do that again, you can touch that one, you can touch any one of them, but you turn it on and then you turn it off as far as the lights go, and that will stay on, letting you know the charge of your battery. That's all it takes to find out what it is. It will give you all 4 bars, and those 4 bars off of just the lights on it will last 2 days. That's impressive. Knowing that all I have to do is crank it for 10 minutes and go for another half day. That's impressive. That is it's not a review, because I'm not trying to see what I think about it. It's more or less an information about this unit that nobody else seems to give. I hope you got something out of it. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, ring the bell, and all that other stuff, because personally, I don't do that. If I want to see something, I'll watch it. I don't want to know that whoever put that video out has put out 20 more videos of something that I don't care about that. That has nothing to do with me. So I'm not going to ask you to subscribe or anything, although I will tell you that I have bought a lot of camping equipment and built my own camper. And I will be putting out videos on this, because I've had people say, you need to put that on video, because I have found how to build a camper, let's just say just the top part of it cost me $200. And it withstood a 25 gusting to 50 mile an hour wind and didn't fall apart. But that's another video. This is for this video, this is for this item, and if this item could get 5 stars, I would give them. Talk to you later.